begin with Fox News, which yesterday agreed to pay $787.5 million for saying Dominion voting machines helped Joe Biden steal the election. Although, now that more details of the settlement have come out, it turns out it's not all bad news for Fox.
The deal sparing Fox from what would have been a very high-profile trial with some of the network's own stars likely testifying.
Dominion's legal team says there will be no on-air apologies or retractions on Fox News.
In a statement, the network is saying this settlement reflects Fox's continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards.
That's right, high journalistic standards like this.
The green M&M got her boots back, but apparently is now a lesbian, maybe?
Yeah. Look, I'm happy for Dominion, but Dominion was not the only injured party here. What about, our faith in democracy? There are people who will not trust elections for the rest of their lives, and I have to talk to those people. I'm going to be arguing with them at Trump rallies every 4 years for the rest of my life. And you know what? I'm not naive. I didn't expect this lawsuit to restore our country's faith in elections, or even for me to get a little cashola. No. But I was at least hoping to get a couple weeks of joy out of seeing Sean Hannity up there on the stand, sweating through his shirt like a beach manatee. Would that have saved democracy? I don't know. But it would have been nice to see. We're not going to get any of that. They don't even have to apologize on air. And frankly, we deserve that. Bare minimum. Yes, you deserve that. And you know what? If the settlement won't give it to you, then I shall.
There's much fallout this evening, and there will be for months. We are admitting that we lied to you for saying the wrong things about the 2020 election. Now, why is that? Well, the truth is, Donald Trump lost the election. And no, we didn't tell you because we don't care what you think. Now we have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars. We were wrong. We are completely irresponsible, and we're sorry, America. I'm sorry for repeating something that was untrue. I'm sorry, I just got to take a quick break and go cry in a closet while squeezing a stuffed animal.
Thank you, Tucker. Well said. Well, let's move on, because luckily there are people out there doing the hard work of real investigative journalism. People like Bruce Willingham. He runs the McCurtain Gazette News out of middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. Now, Bruce suspected that the local sheriff and other officials were doing county business after meetings ended. So he secretly recorded them. And when he played the tape back, he heard them talking about him and his son, who is also a reporter, and it was not flattering.
The recordings captured the group talking about hiring hitmen to kill the reporters and where the bodies could be hidden.
I've known 2 or 3 hitmen that were very quiet guys. Yeah. And would cut no mercy. Yeah. I know where 2 big deep holes are here. I got an excavator. These are like pre-dug.
Oh, holy shit. You can't threaten to kill journalists in a council meeting. Keep that shit on Twitter like a normal person. Although you can tell that some people were a little more integral to this plot than others, because one guy was like, I know 2 hitmen. And another guy is like, and I know 2 holes. Yeah, thanks for the contribution, Larry. We'll let you know if we need to use your connection with the holes. And by the way, how strapped for time are people in this town that they have to pre-dig murder holes? Are you so f***ing busy that you can't do the hole after you do the murder? Or maybe it's like carrying an umbrella. Like the day you don't have the hole is when you end up killing someone. Now look, it would be bad enough if plotting to throw local journalists into holes, pre-dug or otherwise, was all that the county sheriff and his friends were caught doing on these tapes. But guess what? They moved on to something else.
On that same audio recording, the people talking shared their dismay that lynching black people is no longer acceptable.
I'm going to tell you something. If it was back in the day, would they take a damn blackjack, whoop their ass, and throw them in the cell? I'd run for chair. Yeah. Well, it's not like that no more. I know. Take them down here on Mud Creek and hang them up with the damn rope. Yeah. But you can't do that. Think about it, they got more rights than we got.
Wow. Someone tell these cops that they have the right to remain silent. And you could tell this thing was going to go badly as soon as they said back in the day. No sentence in the South ever goes well after the phrase back in the day. It's never like back in the day we lived in a rich multicultural tapestry. What's crazy is these reporters weren't even looking for racism and assassination plots. They were hoping to catch improper meeting procedures. It's like if you put a security camera up in the office to see which employee was stealing your yogurts and you caught them doing a human sacrifice. You'd be like, oh my God, I've stumbled upon the most unholy rituals, and oh my God, they're eating my Chobani! For more on this story, we go live to Oklahoma and Roy Wood Jr. Roy! This is an astounding scoop. Shady sheriffs caught talking about murder, hitmen being racist. What a story.
And thank you for sending me exactly to where it happened. Jordan, here's the thing. If you put a recorder next to any sheriff, for just a few minutes, you're going to hear some racism. That's why I don't trust none of these sheriffs. I don't trust Andy Griffith. I don't trust Woody from Toy Story. And I damn sure don't trust none of them Paw Patrol dogs. They shady.
Oh, are they all cops?
I don't know, but either way, I don't trust them. And if I'm being honest, I'm kind of surprised that this recording wasn't more racist.
Really? I mean, they were saying it's too bad they couldn't kill black people like back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. So we canceling people for reminiscing now? You can't take a walk down memory lane? That's all they did. Either way, they know they can't do it anymore. That's why when they was on tape, they were talking about killing white people. That's progress. That's what Martin Luther King was talking about.
No,
that's what Martin Luther King was talking about.
I had a poster of his speech in my college dorm room, Roy, and they're not just talking about killing white people, Roy. They're talking about killing white journalists. We need to protect these lion-hearted, ivory-skinned, Michigan-born reporters, whoever they may be.
Stop being a bitch, man. What you so scared of, man? I'm not saying that they should kill. I'm not saying that they should kill white people. I'm saying we can agree that it's better than killing black people.
No. Roy, we cannot agree on that.
Oh, so you're saying it's better to kill black people?
No, Roy, I'm not saying that.
No, that's what you said.
I'm not saying that,
That's just what you just said.
Roy, I want them to kill us both equally, all right?
Okay.
These cops shouldn't be talking about killing anybody anyway.
Yeah, but can you blame them? Look at this small-ass, janky-ass building, man. They work in this building every day. If I had to spend my whole day in a space that small, I'd be racist, too. Old tiny-ass, no ventilation-having-ass place. Look, man, if you're a white man and your life has led you to a job in this building, you gotta blame somebody. Might as well be us. This look like the third house from the Three Little Pigs,
okay,
man.
Right. Yeah. Okay, enough about the building. Let's talk more about the audio recording.
Yeah, let's talk about the audio recording. Right. Let's talk about the audio recording and how they weren't able to see a tape recorder in this small-ass building.
Okay.
The tape recorder probably took up half the room. They felt the heat from the batteries. They was probably in the room just looking up. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say about lynching? I can't hear you over this tape recorder.
Okay. What do you think should happen to these officers, Roy?
I think what should happen to the officers is very simple, Jordan. They plotted a murder, which last I checked is a crime. So for the good of society, we cannot entrust these types of people with protecting the citizens of Oklahoma. They have to be locked up. They have to be placed in solitary confinement because then they'd have more breathing room than they had in this damn tiny-ass building. Okay. It's small, man. Okay. You can't even fart in this bitch.
I'm sorry I asked. Roy Wood Jr., everybody.